PMC StarVox here, welcome back to the show. I talk about immersion all the time and about how it gets stronger each time an SPT mod is updated with new features. We've gone over the SAIN mod and the realism mod and how they work together to make raids more immersive for the player, but there's often something working in the background. While SAIN has parameters that control bots' abilities to see and hear other bots to the player, the tried and true no-bush ESP among them, it doesn't facilitate full obfuscation mechanics. Bots are still able to see just as well in shadow or foliage as they are in open, well-lit areas to a certain extent, reducing logical options for cover. Enter the That's Lit mod by developer 3371, developed to obfuscate bot vision in darkness through foliage and while in motion. It's been around for a while and I've touched on it before several versions ago. There have been a few updates since then that both refined features and introduced new ones. The idea is to prevent bots from being able to see straight through what would otherwise be logical obfuscation on maps, like visibly thick brush or unlit rooms. It does this by adjusting the time it takes for a bot to recognize the player or another bot, factoring how exposed that other entity is by the environment. The mod employs a simple addition to the UI to demonstrate its effects, visible in the top left corner by default. It can be disabled at any time in the Espionage menu. This readout represents all manner of data used to calculate the player's visible obfuscation or exposure, shown by the two top meters. The first is an approximation of verbose data, and the second shows how much that data is actually affecting bots in your raid. They fill to the left and right of center for how hidden or exposed you are, respectively, much like similar readouts for stealth and other games. Current weather conditions are also present, but only when they have an effect on the player, shown with an icon. When using a laser device, its influence on player exposure is shown with the type of laser currently in use. The developer states that there's a lot of nuance to the workings of That's Lit, and the gauges aren't able to show the depth of data at work. It's best to observe the mod's effects by moving through light and dark, barren and lush environments deliberately. Watch the readout and get a feel for how the mod makes its calculations. You'll notice that it doesn't always add up to what you may expect based on your surroundings. The mod is using ambient light sources in rooms and halls, and even flashlights to calculate how visible you are. Observe the meters react when toggling a mounted torch or firing a weapon with muzzle flash. It's rather strict and verbose, but somewhat less precise. Clear weather conditions will increase visibility, while inclement weather brings it down, displayed only when having an effect on the player character. Overall, it's helpful when working against unrelenting bots with penetrating vision that spots you even in the darkest shadows or the thickest leaves. There are, however, some necessary configurations that must be made for That's Lit to work in concert with SAIN, if that's also installed. In short, the two mods do similar things to an extent, and without the proper configuration, bots will be far less perceptive and less engaging in raids. Simply find the compatibility section in the mod description for That's Lit and follow the instructions provided. You'll end up disabling changes to bot vision and reaction time in the SAIN GUI, so That's Lit can control them instead. SAIN has modifiers for bot vision in the dark, at long ranges, while in motion, and even the terrain underfoot to increase or decrease the time it takes for them to recognize another character. It's also recommended to use a mod that equips bots with night vision tech if one isn't already installed, such as the SPT realism mod. Naturally, That's Lit is designed to greatly improve one's ability to be hidden in darkness, so you'll want to use it for night raids. If bots can't use NVGs, they could be severely handicapped. To get the most out of the adjusted mechanics, you'll want to play by the old Splinter Cell rules and stick to the shadows. You should find yourself much more capable of sneaking around unseen. When you feel confident with your understanding of all these changes, go into the Espionage menu and disable the readout. Each item has a toggle, much like with the game panel HUD. Take some time to run test raids in different maps and calibrate any problems or inconsistencies that come up. Adjust That's Lit and SAIN parameters as needed, and you'll either enjoy the new system or ultimately decide to omit one or the other's changes to bot vision and reactions. If performance becomes a problem, try the optimization options in the F12 menu. There are two sliders that should help you adjust the strain on your PC hardware. The fewer checks they run less often, the easier it'll be on your PC, but the mod's own functions may become less influential. For those still struggling to run these mods together, I would just recommend choosing one or the other to change bot behavior. Fortunately, That's Lit was designed to be compatible with most popular mods, so there shouldn't be any large conflicts that can't be solved, but performance can still suffer. SAIN still has numerous parameters controlling bot vision, reaction time, foliage obfuscation, and more to use to much the same end, but lacks a singular feature like That's Lit. Many users have enjoyed using the two together and toying with the parameters to create just the right blend of mechanics to suit their needs, so give it a try and find out what works best for you. Thanks for watching, and thanks to club supporter Minders for requesting this mod review video. I hope that this was informative or helpful for you. Join Club StarVox for more SPT content. We're on Discord, Patreon, and even SoundCloud. Find our links in the video description. Good luck out there.